Okay, so good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world. Um, I'm so happy to welcome you to our DCS Masterclass webinar. This is the first time that we're doing this type of webinar, so it's pretty amazing to see, first of all, the amount of people who have registered and the amount of people that we have here. On today's webinar, we are going to talk about products and product map. And basically, we're going to give you all of the information that you need to know in order to work with products. So, as I said, this is the first time that we have this type of webinar, a DCS masterclass. So just a quick recap on what we're going to do and why we're doing that. Basically, the idea behind the DCS masterclass is to give you periodically free webinars. We're going to do them roughly every 2 months. In order to expand your knowledge, we're going to take um, different features every time. This time, we're going to focus on products. Next time, we're going to focus on users, and then we're going to focus on machine configuration. I can tell you a bit of what's going on, what will be ahead, and we're going to explore all of the aspects of this specific topic so that you will have all of the knowledge and all of the experience that you need to know. And obviously, we're going to open up the DCS, we're going to open up Nayax Vend, and we're going to practice everything as well. We have all of the information in the presentation. And as you know, the webinar is recorded and you will receive the recording and the presentation as well. But we're going to practice on the DCS as well. And throughout this time, we're going to give you a lot of tips, a lot of pro tips that will help you gain that added value out of our product, out of our features in the DCS. So we're going to switch between the presentation and the DCS in order for you to get all of that information. So without further ado, I think that now we can start. So welcome again, everyone. My name is Eliran. I hope that you have been in one of our past webinars. I'm the training manager here at Nayax. And here with us today, we have Zion.
Hi everyone, I'm Zion. I'm a training developer. I'm working together with Eliran. This is going to be the first webinar that I'm doing, and I'm very excited. And that's it. Let's get started.
All right, so let's get started. So today we're going to explore three main topics. The first one will be products. We're going to see how we can create product groups, how we're going to work with products. We're going to explore everything that we need to know in that area. And then we're going to take it more to the practical side of how we can work with product maps. And we're going to finish that with creating pick lists, which is also one of the topics that you asked in Nayax community when I told you about this webinar. So these are the three main topics that we're going to have today, starting with products.
Yeah, so today we're going to talk about a few topics in terms of the products. We're going to start by creating a product group, see the benefit by creating that group, continue on to create a single product and add in all the relevant information, continue to creating a product map, and finishing by creating alert reports and use all of that to our benefits and to control our inventory in a much better way.
Great, thank you. Okay, so I received a message in the chat that you're not seeing the presentation. Let me know if you can see the slide of products in DCS from the operator side. Just let me know real quickly. Chat. Okay,
we
great.
can see.
Yeah, you can see it?
Yeah, I can see the product in the DCS, right? Yeah, the topics.
Okay, great. Hopefully we won't have any more technical issues throughout the session, but if we will have, just let us know in the chat. I have here all of the windows open. So just let us know and we'll sort it out really quickly. Okay, so moving on to our, continue on in this presentation. So we want to give you all of that information, basically because we want you to kind of start thinking about your consumer as well. We know that obviously you're doing that, but some of the information that you enter in the DCS in Nayax Vend is information that, due to our last developments, this is information that's also presented to your consumers as well. So for example, we have a new feature in Monix Wallet a new feature in our payment app, which is called the touch-free product selection. Now, this is a feature that is available on machines, on MDB machines, version 4.3 and above. And basically what it allows your consumers to do is to see the visual representation of your product map. So they can see all of the products, they can see all of the pictures, they can see how you organize your product map in a similar way to the way that you organize them in the DCS, and they can select that product directly from Monix Wallet app. So this is not just information that is kept on your side, on the operator side. This is also information that your consumers see as well in Monix Wallet app. And I know that we have some operators here today with us that are from the retail industry. So in one of our products in the Nova Market, which is the self-service register that we have a customer-facing UI. So your consumer can also see all of the products that you created, and we're going to see exactly how we will do that today. Your consumers can also see that in the UI, in the user interface of Nova Market as well. So all of the information that we will create today is also presented to your consumers. And today we're going to explore exactly how you can reach to a point where you have a well-organized product map with all of the features, with all of the pictures. So that's basically what we're going to do in the first part of this presentation as well.
Yeah, that's right. And I want to show you why it's so important to add all that information. So in this next example, as you can see, we have a few products, and I want to show you to focus on the ice cream. And you can see there is a picture missing. I know that the screen is a little bit, oh yeah, we can see it right now. We can see that in the ice cream, we don't have a picture of the product. And I want you to think of yourself as a consumer who want to buy that product and don't even know how that product look. So this is from the consumer side, and from your side, the operator side, everyone is going to explain about why it's so important to add that information.
Mm-hmm. So also from your side as the operators, inside of the DCS, I know that some of you might see a product map that looks like that, a product map that has unknown products. Now, this may happen because one of your consumers tries to purchase a product and you don't have a valid product map, or you don't have a full list of your product map that is updated on the DCS. So when they try to purchase a product, the machine lets us know through the device that there has been a purchase, but we don't have any information on that. So you see that line, you see that being in the product map is unknown. And there are a lot of issues that can be referred to that afterwards. So today we're going to see how we can sort this out and how we can have a well-organized product map for you as well. So let's start and dive into our DCS, and we're going to see how we can organize everything and how we can create all of that information inside of the DCS, inside of Nayax Vend. So basically we're going to do in the next part, we're going to focus on three main areas. We're going to start by creating a product group. And also we're going to see why creating a product group is such an important step to start from. Then we're going to add a product. Now I know that some operators may choose to create a product without creating a product group. We're going to also discuss about that because there are a lot of benefits to create product group, to start from creating a product group. And then once we have that information of product group and adding a product, we can create a product map. So for this step, I'm going to close the presentation and I'm going to open up the DCS. Now, as I said earlier, this session is recorded. We have all of the information in the presentation. You're going to receive both the recording and the presentation, so you will have all of that information. But I do want to keep this webinar kind of a hands-on webinar. So we're going to open up the DCS and we're going to show you all of the information on how to create and how to work with products directly from the DCS. So the first thing that we're going to do is to create a product group. And for that, I'm going to click on administration and I'm going to click here on products. And then in the page that will open up, I'm going to click on create and add product group?
Yeah. So as we can see, there is information that we need to fill in. So let's start from our operator. Let's choose happy vending places. And in this description, we can choose, we can give our group a name. So let's go with soft drinks. I can see there is code and subcode. It's something that we can use for internal uses. Ran, would you mind explaining why should we add that code?
Sure. So the code and the subcode basically are internal codes for you that we've added in the DCS that will help you organize your inventory, that will help you organize your product groups in a similar way to the way that you organize an actual inventory in a warehouse, for example. So these codes, the code and the subcodes are optional, and you can use them to have a better and organized product group list.
Okay, so after we added this code, let's click on save. As you can see, there is additional information that's being added automatically. And now we want to add a product group picture. So let's do that. As while Eliran is doing that, I can explain you that adding this picture, it's extremely important for you as operator, and it's making the life for our consumer much easy. And let's go with the cold drinks on the left side, the right side, exactly. And your consumer will see it in the Nova market, and it can help them navigate in an easier way to find the product that they desire.
And I just want to show you, just for a moment, I'm going to switch back into the presentation, and I want to show you what Sion just talked about. So basically by uploading a product group image or an icon, you can choose if that's an icon from the pre-selected icons that you have there, or if that's an image that you upload from your computer. This is information that your consumers will see in the user interface of the Nova Market. Now, in addition to that, there are a lot of benefits of creating a product group, and one of them is the ability to create Monix Wallet campaign based on these product groups. So this is something that can really help you save a lot of time when you want to customize your own Monix Wallet campaign. Now, we've talked about Monix Wallet campaigns and punch cards in our previous webinars. We have a lot of information on that in Nayax University as well. And if you want, we can talk about it later on in the Q&A session that we will have in this webinar as well. So if you want to learn more, we will obviously give you all of the information that you need. But this is something that can really help you save time by creating a product group, adding products to it, and then you can have a Monix Wallet campaign based on that as well. So creating a product group is something that is very, very, very easy. And from that, we're going to continue on to adding products now.
Okay, yeah, that's right. So let's go to the product page. Can you click on? Oh, okay, we have a small delay. And again, let's choose the operator, our operator. And as you can see, there is a group list that's being opened, and we can choose the group that we just created. So let's add our product to that group. Let's give the product a name. We can go with Fanta. There's also a DEX name that we can give for eternal uses and description as well. We can choose a provider if we want to, if it can help us better manage our product. Underneath it, you can see there is volume type. So you can choose the volume, you can choose it by gram. It's for your decision. There's a lot to pick from. Let's change the status to active. As you can see in the bottom, there's additional information like product ID and barcode. You can add that. And if you're using the Nova Market, you can scan the product barcode using your scanner. And let's go to the top right, please. Yeah, you can see there is different pricing that you can add to the product in terms of if your consumer are paying with cash, with credit card. You can add nutrition information, give them the amounts of calorie that there is in the product itself. And would you mind explaining about the amounts in tray
Of course.
and also the age
Of
verification?
course. So we give you the ability to manage all of your inventory and all of your products in any way that you see fit. Now, all of the information that you have here on the right-hand side is additional information, basically for you to be able to manage everything better. So here in the miscellaneous info, you can select if that's a product that requires an age verification, which is a new feature that we're currently testing in some regions. So you can also enable that. And you can also pre-select the amount in tray, the amount of this specific product that will later on be presented on the product map, and the minimum fill pick amount, the minimum amount for this product to appear in the pick list. And we're going to talk about this, basically the information that you have here on the right-hand side of the screen. You can configure from this screen, and you can also configure that from the product map. So if you have all of that information ahead, you can do that here. And if not, we'll show you another way that you can customize that in the products map page as well.
Okay, thank you. And last but not least, of course, that we are going to add a product picture, because as we shown you before, if you're not adding that picture, your consumer will not know how the product look like. So do we have a picture that we can add?
Yes. So
That's
let's
great.
go to the desktop and have that predefined picture that we downloaded from our trusted friend Google. And now we have here the picture, and we can click on show file, and we can also see that picture as well here.
That's cool. It's a different type of font, yeah.
Yes.
So just remind you that after you add in all that information, of course, we're gonna click on save to keep that information on. And I know there is another pro tip that it's important that for us to add the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the tip, Eliran?
Okay, so in the presentation, we have all of the tips that we're giving you throughout the session as well. So what Sim said about product picture, you will also see that in the presentation as well. And that's the image that we've shown you at the beginning of the session. That's the image that your consumers will see on Monix Wallet and in the Nova Market UI. And also another tip that I can tell you is about the MoMA app. Now we have a new version of the MoMA app. We've done webinars on that before, and we've given you a lot of information on MoMA as well. One of the newest features in the MoMA app is that you can upload a product picture directly from the MoMA app. So you don't need to be near a computer or near desktop in order to add that product image. This is a very important feature, and we honestly see a lot of operators use that because your consumers can see that you've seen the images. So we want to give you the ability to do that wherever you are. So there is a new feature in MoMA app that allows you to upload the image directly from your phone. So that's another pro tip, great pro tip that we have. And that basically, once we clicked on save, that basically sums up the information that we need to know on how to create product groups and how we can create a product and associate that with a product group. So from here, our third topic is to create a product map. Now here, we will access that information after we have product groups ready and after we've added enough products. And the idea here by creating a product map is to enable you to get an actual visual representation of everything that's been going on in your machines. You will see the current inventory status of all of the products that you have on your machine. You can also have perform different actions on different products at once. And that is really something that can save you time by creating these templates of product maps and then importing them to your machines. It could really save a lot of time by doing that ahead in the DCS, and that's what we're going to explore today. Now, by creating a product map, you have basically two ways that you can create. The first way is to create a product map, and I'm going to switch to the DCS. The first way to create a product map is by going to administration and clicking on product maps here. Now we're going to start by showing you this way. And this is a great way because basically you can create a template that later on you can import into different machines. And that's great because, as I said, it can save you a lot of time. But there is also a downside to that I want to share with you. The downside for that is that basically it's a template. So it's a generic map. So you might need to customize this map later on in your machines. But if you have machines that are pretty similar with the way that you organize them, excuse me, creating a template of a product map from this screen is something that is very, very, very useful. Now, that's the first way that you can create a product map. The second way, the second option is by going to your machines page, by clicking on Operation Machines, and I will quickly search for one of my machines. And I will show you the second way to create a product map, which is basically through the machines page. On the machine page, I'm sure that you know that you have the product map tab, and you can create a product map here. You can create a product map from this tab on your machine, which is great because then you have a specific map that is well organized according to what you have on that specific machine. But I'm pretty sure that you understand by the way that I described that. This is a very specific product map. You might need to customize that if you want to import that into other machines, and you cannot perform general updates in a few of the product maps as well, because this is a product map that's relevant only for a specific machine. So we're going to start by creating a product map, a template product map from the administration page. And from here, I'm turning on the virtual mic to Sion.
Thank you, Eliran. So as Eliran said, it's pretty simple to create a product map. So as we did before, let's choose the operator and the machine model. So yeah, exactly. And let's give our product map a map and name. Maybe we will need to create a few maps in the future, so let's give it a name. We can add a description to help us navigate between the maps, if we choose to. And then we need to change the status to active. And we're gonna click on save. You can see that added information is being created. All the information is being added. And it's that simple to create a product map.
Now, once we created that product map, once we've added that information, we need to add the products to the product map itself. Now, the easiest way to do that is going to be through clicking on the product map that you've just created, and then clicking on map items, and you can add all of the information here. But since I want to show you both of the ways to work with product maps, both from the administration page and from the machines page, I'm going to switch over to the machines page, and we're going to continue our explanation from here. But I just want to say that the way to add products is exactly the same in both screens. So right now I'm on the machines page in the products map tab, and I want to add products here. So in order to add products, what I need to do is hover basically over map and click on add bin. And I have this line that opens up. Now, every line here on this list represents a bin, represents a product that you have in your machine. So the first thing that will open up is the huge list of products that we have. Now, you might be able to search here if you remember the exact name of the product that you have, but throughout the time when you will add more and more and more products, that list will go on and on and on. So our best tip for you here is start from selecting a product group, the product group that we have just created. So here on this list, if I will select a product group, let's go for the soft drinks 10, for example. Once you select the product group, you will see that the list of products is filtered according to the product group. So this is something that can really help you save time when you're trying to locate a specific product. So that's another great added value for product group. So let's go with the product that we've just created. And now we have information that we need to fill here, some code, some bins, some prices, and I want to explain about them because I know that you might have some questions to our support team on that. So I kind of want to give you all of the information that you need to know to create a well-organized product map. So starting from these three codes that we have here, the PA code, the MDB code, and the OP code. These are the three main codes that you will need once you create a product map. So starting from the OP code is basically the code that your consumer will need to physically press on the machine in order to accept this product. So if to purchase a Fanta, I will need to press A7 or C3 or whatever on the machine. This is the code that I will enter here. In addition, we have the MDB code. Now, the MDB code is a very unique code that's on the machine's level, on the machine side. You can get that from basically from the machine manufacturer. And that code represents the bin that this product is chosen on it. Now, you can get that also from the last alerts reports that you have on the machine. So if we'll go to last sales, I said last reports. You can get that from the last sales as well. So once you purchase a product, you will be able to see its MDB code in that report as well. And we also have the PA code. Now, the PA code is something very specific. If you have machines that are using DEX as the sales source in that specific machine. Basically, the PA code is the identifier of that product in the DEX report. So if you will look at the DEX report, you have a lot of different codes there. And if you look at the PA section where you have all of the products, that specific code here will help you identify this product in the DEX report. So I hope that what I just explained is helps you understand the information that you will need to enter. And if not, please write me in the chat and I will explain again. But right now, I want to continue on and talk about our next section here, which is the par on hand missing all the way through the vend out. So let me open that for a sec. And let's start from these three. We have the par, we have on hand, and we have missing. Now, for that, I'm going to switch the machine to show you with an actual product map, although it's a demo machine, but still that can work. We have here three products, milk, Coke, and QA1, because we're not so inventive with our names. So on par, the par basically represents the number of products that you can fit in that bin. So if I'm taking milk, for example, I can fit 12 cartons of milk on that specific bin. The on hand represent how many items I currently have. Now, as I told you, the product map is an actual visual representation of everything that you have on the machine, of your inventory status. So you'll be able to see your inventory status here in the on hand column. And right next to it, we have the missing. So as your consumers will continue on purchasing more and more and more products, you will see that this number will increase automatically. And that number will be reduced from the on-hand column. So you will see all of the current inventory information that you have here. So these three work together. The par is basically the completion of the on-hand and the missing together. Now, if I'm scrolling on to the right-hand side of this list table, I have three more very interesting columns that I want to give you the information on. So we have the last pick, the minimum pick, and the vend outs threshold. Now, the last pick currently is empty, but the last pick is the number of items that you needed to refill on your last pick list. Now we're going to talk about pick list in just a second, but here you can see how many items you needed to fill on the last visit that you had on this machine. Okay, currently it's empty because this is a demo machine, and obviously we don't generate pick lists on that, but that's the information that you will see here in actual machines. And right next to it, we have the minimum pick. Now, the minimum pick is the minimum number of items that she will need to have in order for this product to appear in the pick list. Now you're starting to understand that the pick list is a list that tells you how many items, how many products you need to fill in this specific machine. So if, for example, I can fit 12 milk cartons in that bin, and the minimum pick is set on 2, that means that once I have 2 milk cartons, for this example, that I have on the bin, the milk product will appear on the pick list, and I know that I will need to refill it. So that number is basically up to you. You can change that, you can customize that in any way that you need in order to know when you want to reach to the machine and fill this specific product. Now, another great tip that I can give you about another kind of a hidden column that we have here is the vend out threshold. Now, this is very, very, very interesting column, because here you can set the minimum number of the minimum amount of this specific product that below it, your consumers will not be able to purchase this product. So if I have 1 here, that means that once milk has reached 1, meaning once I have just 1 milk carton in my machine, I will see it on the machine because obviously it's there, but my consumers won't be able to purchase that. Now, I know that some operators are using that in order to show that their machine is actually full and you don't have any missing items on your machines. So this is the way to do that. This is the way to set that option under vend outs threshold. Okay, so these are the 3 items that you can control your inventory with. And if I'm scrolling to the right-hand side a bit further, we have all of the pricing here. We have the cash display price, we have CC price, which is the credit card price, prepaid price and external prepaid price, retail price, machine price, X price, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So if you remember a few minutes ago, when we created a product and Sion showed you on the product page all of the pricing options, I told you that we have another way to configure that in the machine's product map. So this is another way to configure them. You can change that information from the product page, or you can do that from the product map. You can do that either way you see fit. And just for you to see, because we kind of gave you a lot of information in the past few minutes. So all of the information that I've shown you so far about the codes, about the bin, about all of the information that you need to type in the product map appears on the presentation itself. We obviously have all of that information on Nayax University as well, so you don't need to worry about that. And another pro tip that I can give you also concerns MoMA. So in the MoMA app, in the new version of MoMA, you can customize every aspect of the product map as well. So once again, you don't need to be next to a computer. You don't have to have a desktop near you to configure all of these options. You can do that directly from the product map that appears in the MoMA app. So once you scan the machine or once you're near a machine and you choose that machine, in the app, the machine page opens, you can go to the product map and you can change all of that information directly from there. Okay, so we have all of that information in the presentation as well. And that's basically our main core of the webinar, knowing how to work with products, product group, adding products, and creating a product map. Now, as Tion explained at the beginning, we want to give you more information on alerts and reports and to see what you can further do with that, because you're adding a lot of information to your inventory, about your inventory. So the next thing that we want to talk about is how to set vend alerts, how to get alerts on everything that's been going on in your machines. So in order to do that, we have 2 ways, and I'm going to switch over to the DCS to show you that as well. So basically, from the machine, you can get alerts on the inventory status that happens in your machines. If you go to a specific machine page and you go to the alerts tab that's right here on the right-hand side, you can enable alerts and you can set the alerts that you want to receive on specific thresholds or on specific events that happens in your machine. There are a lot of events here that you can explore. And also, by going back to product map, if I will scroll all the way to the right side, you will see that I have here product mark for alerts. So in here, I can choose product 1 or product 2 on all of my products. And basically, I can create a mini group for this specific machine, which is called product 1 or product 2. Currently, we have just these two options. And I can add all the products that I want in this specific machine to product 1 or product 2. And then in the alerts tab, I can set the custom power level to product 1 or to product 2. So if the sum amount, the accumulated amount of all of these products goes down below a certain amount, you can also receive an alert based on that. So that's another great way to receive alerts. And there is another additional way, which Sam will now explain to you.
Yeah, so there is another way to create an alert, and you can do that through your account. So let's go to our account, and we're gonna choose the alert tab in 1 second. Yeah, exactly. And now we can filter the alert by a filter event category by V2V alerts. And you can see you have the different checkbox. And you can get notification by email, you can get the notification by SMS or by push message to your MoMA application. So use that feature to create alerts for yourself. And after seeing that, I think we can move on to the pick list.
Yeah, so our next topic is going to be pick list.
Sorry, so yeah, so as everyone mentioned before, a pick list can help us control our inventory in a much better way, and also to get the notification that we talked about when the machine is about to run out. And so let's see how we can create a pick list. So first, let's go to the, 1 second, sorry. Let's go to the product map tab, to the machine page, sorry. We'll continue to the product map tab. In a second, okay, that's great. Let's give it a second to open up, and then we click on stock and choose generate a pick list. Yeah, exactly. Let's generate the pick list itself, and we can select all that relevant information. And yeah, exactly. Is that available for us?
So since it's a training, this is a training machine and not an actual machine, you've seen the arrow that it doesn't let me to generate a pick list, but basically it's you can get a PDF that has a list of all of the items that you have and all of the items that are missing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna mention that we can show you it over here because it's a training demo, but you still have it on your presentation, and you're gonna get it after we'll finish the webinar. So you can see all the steps about how to create a pick list. And I know there is also a feature in MoMA earlier on, right, to create a pick list.
That's right. So also in the new version of MoMA, you have the ability to create a pick list, and you have the ability to add more machines into your pick list. So you can generate that pick list, you can have all of the machines that you want in the same pick list, and then you can sort that pick list. You can sort that pick list by selection, by product, by type, by any way that you want. And even you can share that directly from your phone to different stakeholders if you need. So you have the ability to create that from the MoMA app as well. Okay, so that's another great feature that we have here.
And also control your product in a much better way, of course, on the go.
Exactly. That's a way more organized way in order to manage your inventory, because well, basically we know that if you manage pick list and if you use pick list, you're more on the road, and we wanted to give you that information so that you'll know that you can have that in your phone anywhere, anytime as well, of course. So now we have reached our final part of our presentation, and a quick recap of everything that we've shown you in the past 40 some minutes. We talked about product groups, and we've shown you all of the reasons why creating product group is such an important feature for you, and how it can help you save time, both in the aspect of the product and product map. And also we've talked about the benefits in Monix Wallet and in other features that we have as well. Then we've created a single product, and we've shown you why adding a product into product group is something that's very important, including all of the information that you needed on product and adding product image, of course, as well. We continue on by creating a product map, which is the visual representation of your current inventory status in your machine. And then we finished it off by the alerts and the reports that you can set on a specific machine or on your account so that it will be available to all of your machines. So this is our final step of our webinar, final part. And I want to have a quick view on the Q&A and in the chat to see if we have any questions. And I see a question from Leon, and just a moment before I answer that, if you do have any more questions, feel free to write them in the chat right now. We will try to answer all of the questions in the time that we have left. So partial pick list. Leon is asking about a partial pick list. So you can generate a partial pick list here, and you can select the products that you want in order to create a general pick list. And that information will give you a pick list only on these selected products. Now, there's another way to work with pick list, which is through the inventory dashboard. So if you go to operation and you go to inventory dashboard, I'll open that in a new tab. You also have the ability to add more machines into your selected pick list. Let me do that real quickly and show you another way. So here I can select the machines that I want. It can be either one of my machines that I have on my inventory. And then when I click on action, I can generate a pick list on multiple machines at once. Okay, so I hope I answered your question. And if not, please write me in the chat. Glenn, thank you so much for what you wrote. We will stay here. If you have more questions, we will stay here for the next few minutes. And if we gave you all of the information that you needed, so let me just say thank you very much for your time and for your time spent with us. If you have any questions, feel free to let us know at training@nayax.com. We're also available on the Nayax community on Facebook as well. We have all of that information in Nayax University. And as I said at the beginning, you will receive the recording of this presentation and all of the resources that we've used. You will receive them in the follow-up email in 2 days directly to your email. So thank you very much for your time, and we hope to see you on our next webinar. Have a great rest of the day.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Sion.